What's it like being a little red guy? You want an honest answer, or the one I tell my clients? Give me the honest one. Okay, let me put it like this. It's fucking sucks donkey shit. We have a password, just say minun seksikäs puuni, and he'll open right up. Oh my god, that's just straight up my sexy tree. Oh my god. Can I sleep with you? No, and seriously, don't phrase it like that. We got rejected by Snell. God damn it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. Previously, we started out our investigation in the happenings inside the city, figuring out that the bombing of the tea shop might have been an inside job by the owner itself. Who knows? We'll have to figure that out. We also met a merman landlord who happens to, well, have been the one who fished us out of the water. Well, we were dead, which is another thing. We are fully dead and revived by the owner of the Lich House. And we also made a political decision, allying with the dwarves rather than the hot orc woman, which was unfortunate. Not because I hate the dwarves, but because it's a hot orc woman. I had to say that the hot orc woman. Yeah. Without further ado, we're about to go and meet the Goblin Chieftain, who has requested our presence. So let's see what's going on. First, by talking to this little imp. Behold, Braxo Pencilwing. Okay. What's good?
Huh?
Braxo Pencilwing, you raise your head towards the sky. Above you sits a tiny red creature. His wings flutter faintly in the wind. Sure. The fiend throws a quick glance your way. He's annoyed. Staring at a piece of paper, he does not acknowledge your presence. Hey, little guy, why aren't you on my shoulder? He slowly puts down the paper. The paper is actually a torn-out page from a magazine.
Funny, I've never heard that one before.
You're so original.
Wait,
He says, leaning in to get a good look at you.
Earthguard? A cleric? What's he doing here?
You can go wherever you want. Fuck off! I'm not allowed on Tolstad.
Of course you're allowed, just not often you guys are here. I, for one, am very happy for your presence. This place has gone downhill since the city let the goblins and freestriders run amok.
Oh no, the devil's kiss ass.
We need some damn order in this place. So if you need any legal advice, just let me know.
He gives you a tiny sharp smirk. You should be aware of the fact that this is literally a devil. You hear out any advice, just don't listen to it blindly. Are you a barrister? A tiny barrister?
No, I have no legal position within the city. I'm just fairly knowledgeable in the magistrate's code.
So he works with city law. Ask him for details. He shows you a foul grin. So what type of work do you do?
If you know what you do, you will never work a day in your life,
he says and smirks. So what do you do?
Me? I do scribing most days. Got some connections within the palace, and believe me, phew, that's gotten me through some tough times. See, whenever some rich asshole needs a legal draft in a hurry, who do they send for? The guy with the wings, that's who.
Always on call, huh?
For sure, but I get around quick.
What do you do in your spare time?
Calligraphy.
A hobby for women and weak men. Shut the fuck up, Strength. Calligraphy is cool as fuck.
Oh, and I do love some reading. Gaining access to the Darovian library changed my life.
The Darovian library?
The Darovian library, the largest public library in Norway.
You spent many years in your youth inside the stony walls. What's it like being a little red guy?
You want an honest answer, or the one I can tell my clients?
Give me the honest one.
Okay, let me put it like this. It's fucking sucks donkey shit. Do you know what it takes to get a promotion these days? Being a little imp doesn't help at all.
Tell me, brother! No?
We're talking decades of servitude to some sadistic fuck that wants to return to Gorgorian's greatness? Or some shit like that. And then, after risking your life and humiliating yourself, there's a chance this fucking guy will put in the effort of promoting you. And if you're unlucky, you'll turn into a fucking bug. Or worse, something with wings.
Tell me about these promotions.
Sorry, forgot that not everyone knows how devil can work. Let's put it like this. Devils have a ranking system. Some are lower, some are higher. Only way to get higher and metamorphose into a more powerful creature is to be promoted by someone with a higher rank. But hey, could be worse, he says and cackles. Could be a demon.
Yeah, demons suck ass. Devils are... no. Lawful evil. Demons are the chaotic evil ones, yes.
Demons. Chaotic evil fiend. They are mostly bloodthirsty monsters and rage-crazed barbarians fallen out of Haekshi. But some of their more civilized spawn do reign in the cities and realms surrounding the Endless Maw. Demons are horrible chaotic creatures that live by the rule of complete meritocracy, which would be amazing if it wasn't for their complete ineptitude as civilization building.
What are you voting in the upcoming election?
What am I voting for? Same as you, the little devil says with a laugh. They're good guys.
Your hardcore ask list?
What?
He looks genuinely shocked.
You're kidding.
He examines you for a moment.
Ascalus City Cleric, huh? I've seen stranger things. Anyways, you wanted something else?
I'm done. I've asked everything I wanted to. He throws up a little, throws his little arms up in the air.
It's over! By the gods!
So dramatic. Love this little guy. Can you give free legal advice?
Oh yes, I'll gladly assist a member of the Earth Guard any day. Just ask.
Should I invest in stocks?
Oh. I do not know have ever given us investment advice. But...
yeah? He looks you up and down.
I should ask, have you ever bought shares before, cleric?
I don't think so.
Okay, some basics there. Popularized by late Divine Era human adventurer companies, a share is essentially a percentage of ownership of a certain venture.
Divine Era?
Divine Era, the third out of 5 eras, when the first gods were born out of mortal folk, and power began to entirely fall into their wonderful and fragile hands. Era? Era! Modern scholars divide history on Jor into 5 eras. They use canonically important events as starting points for these eras, although this was easier when the arcanists of all Diminoir still had a common consensus. Not everyone agrees the so-called post-war era has even begun, let alone what it should be called. Post-war era, the current era, has lasted 27 years. The name was chosen in reeds. The name is subject to change. Could be a guild, could be a company, or a specific adventure, something that is supposed to grow over time, so you can increase the value of your securities in adventure. It's a risky way to increase your capital without actually doing any real work.
God, this devil is good. Learn from him. Have you ever bought stocks? Could you buy stocks in me? What about currency trading? That's something I've heard about too. Could you buy stocks in me? The old red devil stares at you.
If you were to set yourself up as a venture, then maybe. I mean, if you could convince someone to invest in you, you know, without breaking any laws regarding investment advice, I'd be impressed. Why not?
Have you ever bought stocks?
Yeah, I spend about 40% of my income in risky ventures. Sometimes I even get paid in securities, which is nice, since I won't have to pay any middlemen.
Where can I buy stocks?
I buy shares directly from a venture trader. Basically, someone can give you a piece of paper that says I owe you, with some legal information on it. Or you can go to the trade hub. I don't think the Torstat exchange is open until after the election, though.
So, should I buy stocks?
Look, there's rules in place. Norwich has laws governing that what one can and cannot suggest when it comes to a financial agency. Your guard made those laws to protect people of lower than average intelligence from being tricked by those with ill intent.
Why is it risky? So I look for money.
Good question. Imagine you invest in an adventuring party. They head into the Verdune Hills to dive into some great gate-era tomb, or an esoteric area filled with talking cats, okay? Gate-era, the first out of 5 eras, when Jor crafted this realm, and the gods fought to bring order. That was the great Gate-era. Gate War, the legendary conflict between the beasts of Jor, the original gods, and the many who tried to take over Jor towards the end of the Gate Era. We have little information about this conflict, but it is known it led to the closing of the gates and began the Fate Era. Beasts of Jor? Beasts of Jor, a term for the sentient folk who aligned with Jor during the Gate Era, also known as the Astisepalian folk. Most are called today. Astisepalian, Old Diminorian term meaning before the closing of the gates. Used to refer to those who lived before the end of the Gate Era, exactly 2,027 years ago. The closing? The closing, a term for the closing of the gates. The event which ended the Gate Era occurred exactly 2,027 years ago. Something weird and dangerous, but with potential for a lot of cool treasure to be found and brought back. There's a major chance that those adventurers die out on their journey. If they do, you lose all the money you invested. They could make it back, in which case you'd get a percentage of the treasure based on your share, but how often do adventurers come back with a bunch of treasure these days?
What about currency trading? That's something I've heard about too.
Oh, that's the start of switching between various currencies. Say you've got a pouch full of old embers that is the old draconic coins. They are made of gold, so even though there are no governments these days who support it, you can always just sell them for the gold value. Great, that's the most basic form of it. But when it comes to the city-backed currency, it gets more complicated. If you got 10 Brimarks, and let's say you want to convert them into Reedsian tens, how many do you get? 10? Tens, the currency of the Free Stride Revolution. While free cities have multiple currencies, the magical paper money of Reeds is quickly growing the most valuable across the coast.
No clue.
I don't know. Me neither! The value of each currency fluctuates day to day, as does the exchange rate to each other currency. Not to mention the location as well. Tens are more powerful because of the far reach of the Free Striders trading charters. Brimarks are near useless in Norwich, so the exchange rate, while still not nothing, is quite low. That makes Blood City corporations way less interested in investing here, which then perpetuates the weak value of their currency. Signs of old
I'm gonna struggle with that word forever.
Sigs of old Diminoir are used in some places, sure, but bring them out into Norway and any shopkeeper will laugh at you holding out those shiny little crystal discs.
Old Diminoir?
Old Diminoir, today it's called Reeds. It changed the name because, well, the entire band was pretty fucked up after the Coast War. Well, the penning is accepted automatically, almost as if it's slightly less valuable. If it's a slightly less valuable crown. Penning? Penning, the currency of the Viskar kingdoms, as well as the fuck, I cannot talk today. Holy shit!
as well as several dwarven fiefdoms on the undercoast. It is a commonly accepted coinage in Norway. Viska? Viska, a collection of loose dwarven cities in the northwestern Ascani, also known as the Viska Kingdoms. Then the soul is on the other hand is extremely valuable just because of the Golden Horde's influence. Soul? Soul, the currency of the Golden Horde, a faintly self-glowing square coinage, a mixture of amber and gold. Jesus. And that's a Finnish word! That's a Finnish word! And Ilum Janpala, literally fucking piece of ice. A piece of ice. Holy shit, I did not expect to encounter a Finnish word in this game. And Ilum Janpala, those weird little ice cubes, well, I'm guessing you've never seen one and never will. Take one to the exchange and they will quite literally think you're messing with them. But yeah, that's some information for you. He has been long-winded. Thank you. He nods and grins. Economy, you know, messy and fun. That's all I have to ask about stocks. God, there's still so much more. I'll ask about alignment and charm person, I think. Actually, I should ask about the tea shop as well. Ah, yes, the over rules of morality. Norwich does not moralize over alignment officially, nor do most of the city-states across the coast. And you, being a devil, are, you know... Yes, you're evil. Oh, yes, indeed. It is pretty easy to spot. He flaps his wings. It can be pretty discriminatory at times. People assume I have the worst interest in mind just because I'm ontologically evil. People can be short-minded. No, that's... You see a grin spread upon his maw. He's about to correct you. Small-minded. Yeah, that. Look, evil is not some objective thing. It's entirely internal and aligned with your subjective opinion. There are good people who ruin the world and evil folk who do their best to maintain it. That's the deal. You heard about the tea shop? Yes, of course. Pretty hard to miss when flying past Olstad. What's your take? It blew up? Not sure what else you want to hear. Who do you think blew it up? Honestly, I haven't seen a blast zone like that since the Coast War. And you didn't hear this from me, but... The little fellow trusts you, he is your friend. A scorch mud looks like those from a fireball. Not the kind you get from a trigger-happy pit fiend. We're talking high-level wizard stuff. Fireball? Fireball, a third-level evocation spell, causes fire to emerge at a given point, spreading within a 20-foot radius, filling up available space. Be careful, cleric. Powerful forces are at work here. Thinking about it for a few more seconds makes it clear to me that it's all a big cover-up. Wouldn't be the first time a city-trained spellcaster goes a little off-edge. Slander! The city does not train people to explode. Other than that, not to be self-incriminating or anything, but could be a fiend or elemental. I mean, Waterlane has shipments from Kargamish every other month. Maybe a fire elemental slid through. Who knows? I think it's a rogue spellcaster. It's the simplest answer. Ruffled feathers added. I'm just having a chat with the owner of the tea shop. Who knows what feathers were ruffled, eh? He gives you an ominous chuckle. What does the law have to say on resurrections? That's one hell of a question. He smirks for a while. Seems enjoying his pun before moving on. What a sociopath. Higher tier resurrections aren't illegal. They're just not available anymore. There are a handful of known divine resurrection spells. What about low-level resurrections? There's Revivify, that's it. High-ranking officials love having clerics around for this one spell. Bunch of pussies. Does murder still count if the victim is resurrected? He thinks about the question for a bit. There's been cases. Heard of a man stabbed in a bar fight, bled out just in time for a drunk cleric to arrive, cast Revivify, and the bloke lived. The stamina ended up being charged with a major transgression of personal well-being.
That's not murder per se, but I'd argue it had to be more, had more to do with the fellow's barrister making it clear to the judiciaries that there was no killing intent. So, not an accident, but not a murder, just a brawl gone too far, but that'd be a hard sell if the victim wasn't breathing.
Complex scenario. Sometimes something clerics often have to contend with.
Well, in most cases, I'd say yes. So don't go around murdering folk and revivifying them, cleric.
Would be kind of funny, but, you know, don't. Are you legally considered alive after a resurrection?
Yes, for all intents and purposes, you are alive. Undeath, on the other hand, would be a very different affliction.
And how is that defined?
As long as necromancy is considered of divine origin and the soul is returned to the healthy body, then it is considered as a normal resurrection. If the origin is more black magic shit, as they say, or some kind of corpse animation, then it would be considered bodily sacrilege. And a top tier criminal offense. How top is it? Oh, it's up there.
Does death absolve your crimes?
Now you're asking the real questions. But no, it does not.
There's been an actual laws signed in old kingdoms over this shit. He leans in and looking excited.
You've got the devil going. That's a good thing.
Oh, he's dancing for you. Keep it up and he'll love you to death.
So, classic story, alright.
I need to take a sip before this continues. Oh, I've been talking to this imp way longer than I thought I would be, holy shit.
A real bad guy is caught murdering his neighbor, real sick shit. He's executed after a quick trial, justice wins again, everyone's happy. But surprise, some holy man raises him up a couple of months later.
Death and rebirth.
Holy man or foul necromancer. In this situation, the bad guy did technically pay for his crimes. His life was taken by the state. Just because somebody gave it back to him doesn't change the fact, right? Well, people weren't too happy with that, as you can imagine. Thus, the common legal term these days for capital punishment is DIP. DIP? Death in perpetuity. Stands for death in perpetuity. Kind of funny when you think about it.
Makes total sense.
It does. The city of Norwich might be a bit of a bureaucratic mess at times, but believe me, the lawkeepers know their shit. So to keep criminals DIP'd, most states tend to hide, lock up, or simply burn the corpses and spread the ashes using non-resurrectable methods. So, properly DIP'd dead guy shouldn't be able to return without the use of some miraculous 9th level spell, which obviously these days isn't likely. Not available? Figured a cleric would know better than me, but he doesn't shrugs. Sus. Spells of 4th or 5th are rarely seen these days. If you want to know why, go pray. Your god grants your magic. In his wisdom, he only grants higher power when needed. In your lifetime, it has not been needed a lot. After Earth died, it's been a bit hard for even the top-ranking clerics to manage higher tier magic. At least if you believe the rumors of the tower, which you should. That's all I wanted to ask about resurrections. What about Charm Person? Charm Person? Charm Person, a first level enchantment spell! If the target has a wisdom check, you'll be their favorite person for a little while. Of course, after that, they will surely hate you, but who cares about that? Such a fascinating spell. Of course, all spellcasters are required to be registered in Norwich. It's the same in all not completely chaotic city-states. There are certain spells that just are not allowed, like Fireball as a popular example, but Charm Person is, despite its devilish mind control, legal. If it is cast by a registered cleric or city-hired interrogating mage, private entities are not allowed to learn to cast it, although I can promise you, many still do. Can I cast it on you? Sure, but it'd be a waste, since I'm already your friend, cleric. You should show a devilish grin. I have some questions about a PPG. A permission for public gathering? Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at. He throws a look over his shoulder. He's aware of the dwarf's plight. What would you look for if you're,
The Asgard Dwarves got an expired PPG.
Expired? Huh? Strange.
Why is it strange?
This seems like such a strange mistake.
Asgard is unknown for many things, but making mistakes like that ain't one of them.
I don't know, just seems strange.
No, if the dwarves got an expired document, they should leave. They have no legal right to be there. How long does it take to get a PPG?
A week.
Depending on your contacts and your pouch. Can I have a PPG? Not from me, that's Darrow. Nicholas Darrow, chosen magistrate of Tolstad, a man known for little else than being a great-grandson of Borgod Darrow, the legendary right-hand man of Earth. Borgod Darrow, the first paladin of Earth, founded the Earth God, as well as the illustrious Darrow bloodline, known for his bravery and inability to be damaged in battle, died of a heart attack at age 40. His passing is used as an example of the importance of aging men to keep track of cardiovascular diseases.
Or maybe not, unless you got some really important message to deliver to the people.
Okay.
Yep.
What would you look for if you're investigating a PPG?
Wording. Legalese can be pretty complicated, and a good barrister could twist that stuff into oblivion.
Legalese? Legalese is not a real language, but rather a way of communicating legal concepts, often in documents and contracts.
Other than that, I'd check the basics. Names, spells, dates. A single lithographic error can cause a landslide of troubles.
He smokes.
I know from experience.
That's all about the PPG. Alright, citizen. That probably would have benefited me before I interacted or handled that entire thing. What's this? Overgrown, ancient, sort of interesting. Examine. Garden monument. Embedded in the earth, you find a weather-bitten stone in the shape of a spiral. Its edges are worn down, smooth almost, and behind you lies the head of what once was a snail statue. Whatever god symbolism this was denotes that time has grounded down. It is a monument to nothing now. There's something here, but can you understand it? Its purpose. Shield of faith, cure wounds, charm person, prayer of healing, no comp lag. Touch the surface. It is cold. Your hand runs across the stone, finding it more coarse than you thought. The ridges in the spiral are even smoother. You find they are not at all coarse. You realize this was most certainly a esoterically constructed art piece. What's more, you do feel the outline of a script. Symbols. Your fingers trace them faintly along the spiral shell of the snail. The symbols do not mean anything to you. If you had comprehend languages, yep, complang, you could understand the script just by touching it. Comprehend language is a first level spell, allowing you to understand the literal meaning of spoken and written words. What's with the snail stuff? Always built up on a layer about layers of ruins. One of the layers, one of the oldest, were snail folk. Thus, you will surely find many of these snail symbols and spiral shapes around the city. Tell me your secrets. No response. That is fine. But I'm guessing you're the goblin I need to talk to. Are you? No? Okay. Behold, an empty barrel. Trifle. Ooh, 8 crowns. Nice. The rough letters spell out Our Lady's apartment. Okay. Such a sneaky staircase. Nice find. Oh, okay. Interesting. Ish. I mean, that leads us up there, maybe down here? No? Old faded posters nailed to the wall. They're unreadable. Actually, really unreadable posters. They still kind of bold. Your eyes land upon a series of papers nailed to the wooden facade. Getting out the information to the people, how do you do it? One of possible ways, papers nailed to random walls. You'd be surprised how effective it can be. Some of them are torn and unintelligible. A few catch your attention. This seems illegal. Advertisements require strict approval from the government. Tear them down, rip them up. Look at the old one saying grand opening. You can barely read the faded letters on this ink-printed flyer. Grand opening of the stubborn Sphinx. Brewery and commercial tavern served without riddles, drunk with old charm. Pillar crossing second LV? I'm not sure. Second level? No, that would be LV, not LW. By the look of it, the tavern opened last year, at least a year ago, maybe 2. The one with the owl on it? S. Yelans and Sons, binders and lithographers. Everything from designing, engraving, account books manufacturing. Water Lane View 6, LW. This place could fix your ruined spellbook. It is a prayer book, and yes, this place could help with that. Look at the poster with a faded green hammer. The unfaded symbol covers most of the large poster. It's a hammer printed with green ink. Ascalist to those who share the plight of the common folk. Gather you workers, Asgard said no gods above, no kings below. Only folk. Ascalist rally on the 22nd of March. March, TS Circle Square. Up. No, I'm not gonna tell them now. Right. Alright, let's... Where the hell is this goblin? Talk to. Further down, maybe? Where the fuck are you? Snell? Okay. Hello? You'll find a goblin standing at the tip of Torstad. His clothes are fit for a Reedsian trader, and his haircut is fit for an Ascani nobleman. A superficial fellow. Behind him, a vast view of the mountains, mouth of River Torna. Let me guess, you're... Sorry, no, that's the guy for the... was the other one. Let me guess, you're the cleric. Taking you for granted. This goblin needs to learn humility. Yeah, I'm the cleric. That's me. He nods, looking tired and annoyed. You lean a little further, being a cleric. Gain 20 XP, 5 X2 for choosing disguise 2 times. I'm Snell, runner and handler for the HWBT. Old lady's been waiting for you. HWBT? The Halfway Bridge tribe, commonly known as the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norway, and arguably the most influential despite their small size, led by Lady Sageleaf with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden of Torstad. Halfways, short for HWBT, the Halfways Bridge tribe. This old lady must be the chieftain, the matriarch of this tribe. Read the Goblin kindly. This is the beginning of a great cultural cooperation and exchange. Nice to meet you, Snell. Perform a traditional goblin salute. You should raise your arm into the air as one should when greeting an uncivilized tribal goblin. What the fuck are you doing? Cleric, what are you doing? I'm sorry. The goblin clears his throat. The goblin looks around, clearly struggling to find the right words. Exasperated, more like. Okay, right. Head down to the garden throne, but he waves his claw towards you. What's all this? You look like human shit. You've been floating around in the river banks of the river. Your uniform shows it. He's making a playful jab. Don't worry about it. The goal! You should teach him a lesson. I fell in. I died and was reborn. No, that's... He says, pointing at you. That's a good excuse. He laughs and motions downstairs. Just dust yourself off. The dragon's waiting, and trust me, you don't want to disappoint her. Tell me about this lady. Sure, for starters, she's the most powerful woman in Norway. It's considering there was an explosion yesterday right in the middle of her territory. I think it's about time to do your goddamn job, cleric. Okay, lead me to her. Good. But just to make it perfectly clear, some ground rules. Don't say anything stupid. Don't climb the trees. Stay away from the edges and, He grins, showing his polished fangs. Enjoy the garden, cleric. The goblin scurries down the stairs. He seems to be in a hurry. He's nervous. That makes you nervous. Tell her that tell her what she wants to hear, and you'll be fine. You look out over the river. The cold scarlet wind seeps through the cracks of your helmet. Earth be blessed, he is always with you. Follow him down the stairs. You do so with great stride. You do so with great stride. Sorry. Yeah, sure. Oh, so there's something here. Nature seeps through cracks. Alright, cool. Let's see what is up. Enter. Ooh. Is that them? Hello. Nes'Wikkalla Nessen of the Green. A wisdom one. Hello. Engage. At the top of the garden lookout, you see a strange creature hunched over. Underneath a large red hat, her drooping gaze slowly glides towards you. Not a hat. She's got an actual mushroom growing out of her skull. The elf drops a final piece of mushroom into the bowl on the table and gives you a creepy grin. Elf? Elf, scary primal overlords of the forest rare in Norwick, but they've got their hidden roots all over Askan. Primal? Primal, one of the three pillars of magic. It is represented in the natural, wild, savage, and elemental forces of Jor. They cannot be controlled, only bargained with. Nice corner you've got here. Slowly and in an appropriately dramatic fashion, she widens her eyes to reveal piercing red pupils. A drow! And her grin widens even more somehow. Oh god, she's trouble. She's real trouble. Just look at the side of her head. Look at those... Yes, white hair, ashen hue, and those eyes. An elf, aren't they rare? Elves don't hang around in Norwick a lot. They usually stay away from lesser folk. But look at her. This is no elf of Ilum. This is one of those drow elves. Sorry, dark elves. Hello, elf. Yeah, a guttural chuckle leave her lips. A man delves into the garden, his sights set on the mysterious below. Are you that man? Yes, how did you know? Goblins are not the only ones who whisper underneath. I'm sure there's ghouls and goons as well. She tilts her head in a comically large mushroom hat. I'm talking about the plants and such. The elf stammers, or is that an idiolect? The elf does not have as much stammer as she tastes some words more than others. She turns around, her red eyes glimmering beyond a mist of spores. Nes'Wikkalla of the Green. Call me Nessen. I am underling the Hierophant of Vidana. Of course, a druid. Druid, a primal spellcaster often balance keeping actors across and below the coast, known to communicate with flora and fauna. As you look into her eyes, you can feel it. She communes with nature itself on the regular. You are a druid, prove it. She just gives you a goofy slime. I don't see how I could prove as such more than I currently do. She points at her head mushroom. There are indeed not many folk around pretending to be a mushroom in bushes. Otherwise, this city would be even stranger. I spent many days handling primal forces, that which grows and decays. Spores, druid! Do you know much of it? Yeah, they went over the basics at the towers. The towers? Ah, your wizard school. More or less, yeah? She lowers her gaze for what you realized the first time she raised it. I'd like to hear your tale, human. There is much to be learned from your folk and your settlement in this band. How soon sustainable is your lifestyle? Sustainable? How do you replenish the resources you consume? And if you do not, how many years until depletion? You mean me in particular or my people? Both, or either. She presses down a mushroom in her bowl, sending a puff of spores into the air. I'm supposed to know that? I do not mean an exact number of hours or even years until you run out of natural resources. Just an approximation. And perhaps a toll of the impact on others in your vicinity. Want an answer now? If you have it. But there is no stress. Think about it. Move on. Keep one balanced with the primal forces of the land. Is the only just way to live. Oh God, you're too much on the question. Instead, focus on what she wants to hear. I personally could live on an apple a day. This is sustainable. We live in a balance here in the city. Earthfolk will eventually chew through this land and be forced to expand. I've watched your people for some time. From a distance, I am one to make judgments. And that is for... I'm not the one to make judgments. That is for the earth and sea. But it worries me how few primal forces there are to keep you at bay. Primal forces? She places a palm against the rough floor. Othidana has helped me keep the undersea from being overtaken by unbalancing powers. Demigods, fiends, celestials, your human arcanists. Each creates a power that not only overtakes the primal, they do so with ease. That's a great war your kind waged upon one another delayed it. But that great war your kind waged upon one another delayed it. But I do certainly believe it is inevitable. She speaks of unsustainable nature of magic. Don't worry, nature always survives. Most often it does, but look at your so-called burned coast, and those cursed lands of Timber Noir. Nature makes it through most things, but there are forces in this world that can wring the life out of every band if it so wishes. Magic is not what it used to be, but she is wise to stay. We must stay vigilant. She takes a deep and deliberate breath. Now, enough of complicated topics. Tell me, human, do you have a mate? Elf speaks of nature as a close ally. You should... Wait, what did she ask? She just ask? Well... Your cheeks clench. No, not good. Calm down, this is not a hostile situation. Elaborate. Of course, I apologize if I was weak, human. I only meant most humans in this settlement group in pairs. I wondered if those of your kind do the same, or such long-term committed partnerships. That's a slightly less inflammatory question. She did not have an intent in her original inquiry. No, I am married to my work. Clear your throat. She lowers her mushroom cap and sighs. I see. It is the same here, then. The path of the esoteric garden is to be alone. The elf starts adding some kind of oil liquid to her mushroom bowl. Strange substance. Golden. Perhaps some kind of undersea whale? Primal kin updated. If this old elf can guide you in any way, make it so. If not, I will return to my toil. I want to see my primal attunement. I would love to be a druid. Fuck! How could you do such a thing? To prove attunement requires years of training. You've passed a few exercises in your spare time, and you've read about druid magic. But perhaps you can try it anyways. Let's just not. Spend 1 shot to unlock. Oh, okay. Got some of those. Sure. Let's try that again. There we go! Not fucking 20! You kneel. You need to prove it. Your attunement to nature. Interesting. Yes, yes. She places the ball from her desk to the ground before you. You must show that you have learned in your studies. The primal forces are contemplating, but you can still sense the tingle of jaw strings through every branch and mushroom. Hold your hands over the bowl. As you reach out, the elf hums. She then moves the bowl even closer to you. You've attempted this before. It did not go well. You believe that is all you require. Magic is not an exact science, despite what the instructors in the tower used to tell you. The esoteric in your realm does not conform to rules. That is only that is the only rule they truly follow. Now feel the oily mushroom inside this bowl. The strings within them, around them. Grab one of them. Change it. Twist the string. Oh? What's going on? Ooh! At first, nothing. Then a twinge. Whatever you touch, it is connected to spores, the growth, the decay. You did little, but you did something. The elf nods. What did I do? You ruined my brew. Shit. Whoops. She laughs. You caused the fungi in the bowl to change acidity. It's subtle, but it's there. You performed an act of druidcraft. You use druidcraft to unlock unique interactions with the natural world. I did? She gives you a lecherous smirk. His then grabs the bowl and pours the bushy mushrooms on the ground. The contents wriggle before you. I made a mushroom come to life? She looks at you reassuringly. No. They are supposed to move like that. You did not perform that become an esoteric feat. No, not yet at least. She chuckles and puts the bowl back on her desk. Perhaps you can be one human I share knowledge with, if that is what you wished for. Please do. I want to learn. Very well. What do you want to know, human? Shit, I'm actually becoming a druid. Awesome. I want to learn how to speak with animals. It shouldn't be too hard. Here, a spell score to get you started. Cast it when you have an animal with you, and you should be able to hold a conversation as long as you keep it up. What is druidcraft exactly? I would call it the most useful path of communication with nature. It can be used for many things, but for you, I would suggest focusing on the basics. Use it to move peacefully through the roots, and show your balanced nature to those primal spirits who roam below. Can druids create magical food, perhaps? Certainly. There is a spell that would be very useful for you, since you're on the run all the time. Good apple. There's 5 apples. Good berry. Gotcha. Each can feed a grown man for a full day. Ooh. I love apples. Can I have that spell, please? I don't have the spell scroll, sorry. But I do seem to remember I handed one to Moongore. She might keep one in the roots of poo. How can I get that good apple scroll? Just tell her I sent you. Moongore and I are friends, you see. Moongore? One of the Sageleafs and forces, a bugbear, lovely woman. Quite the bite on her. What is she implying? Good. Good. Can nature protect me? Of course, with barkskin. I do not have a scroll of it, but it's down in the roots below the garden. If you pass it, by it, take it. I keep a cachet hidden underneath Lord Pooh. Pooh? A cute nickname. She giggles. Oh, Pooh! Pooh. The Finnish word for tree. Yes. Boo. I was like, oh, is this some fantasy word? But no, it's literally just the Finnish word for tree. Boo. We have a password. We have a password, just say minun seksikäs puuni, and he'll open right up. Oh my god, that's just straight up my sexy tree. Oh my god. Oh my god, holy shit. You can have the other stuff inside as well, since Sageleaf wants you to succeed. What does that mean? Battery of the highest kind. Nope, that means my sexy tree. She gives you a creepy smile. Just give the password and he will grant you access. Oh my god, I have such a gift for this game. The gift of actually being able to speak Finnish is going to make this game so fucking fun. Oh my god. What are these primal forces? Nature. Her face says it is self-explanatory. That includes, but is not limited to, elements, life, anything that grows related in it is which exists at the core of all. But even after alteration, it remains within. Generally speaking, a clump of ore will be more primal than a forged blade. In short, the primal emerges from natural energies. Not following, not interested either. What differs primal from arcane and divine forces? She squints and stares at you for a while. The answer to that could be many. I will lean towards saying that they differ in only origin. But that origin makes all the difference in the world. What do you mean? I do not know. It is like forces that flow through jaw strings. Some flow from divine sources, some from natural primal sources. While the arcane, it is more like plucking those strings themselves. Editing rules, something like that. She gives you a slow nod. Thank you, that is all the magic questions for now. You're welcome, human. What do you know about the tea shop? Only what the roots whispered to me. The elf leans closer, twisting her head to the side. You must delve deep, human. Something rotten happened that day. The green quakes. They fear what's to come. Oh, what's to come. They whisper. Oh, do they whisper anything useful? She leans back at a resigned sigh. You do not speak to trees often, do you? Insane behavior. So you were here when it exploded? No, I was much further below. And what do the goblins whisper about? That the city is at fault. That Lady Sageleaf should take over. The usual. What do you think happened? I will not deliberate on things I have no knowledge about. Refreshing sentiment. What's the fun in that? Thanks. You're welcome. What are you voting in the election? I'm not a citizen of Norwick. Okay, cool. I have more questions about druidic magic. Oh shit. Fuck is the same shit. Next, yeah, over now. You don't look like an elf. What do elves look like? I suppose there are many kinds of elves. She nods. We do not call ourselves that, but to your people, yes, I am an elf. Female. That's the Finnish word for dark! Okay! Female, an elvish derogatory term for the nomadic elves who live in the undercoast. They haven't had real civilization for centuries, so it's rare to find them on the surface. Literally means dark. That's the Finnish word for dark. She closes her eyes. Pimeä yö oli täynnä tähtiä. The dark night was full of stars. We are the elves of stars. Any questions? You speak Elvish. Impressive. He looks at you to the side, then back to you. Your grasp on the human tongue is remarkable as well. She's too kind. You confuse her in a semi-good way. Do your people have a great civilization below? No. I believe your people would call us nomads. So you're from the undercoast. How do I get there? Holes and tunnels. There are more than enough, even within viewing distance. So I'd recommend getting Sir Sageleaf's approval first. I got some other questions. That's it. Bye-bye. Alright, we got some druid shit. Fuck yeah. Spellbook. Hold on. The dancing lights and we got druid. Awesome. We also got to speak with animals. So we'll be able to do that at some point. Let's look at my questing tree real quick. Holy shit, I'm getting a lot. Okay. Primal kin. Convince Nes'Wikkalla to teach you primal magic if you're so inclined. You turn to the primal strings, proving yourself the Nes'Wikkalla. You are now a newbie druid, at least in her eyes. Wonderful. 300 pieces. You've encountered a corpse in the village house, so it's quite a bit of money to bring back. Oh, that's right. Okay. Young and dumb. Well, like, first day of tall studies. Check it out. Missing paladin. Press fever. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go meet the Goblin Chieftain. Okay. Oh, let's see. Do I have anything new in my inventory? No, I do not. Druidcraft. Does that do anything special? Whispering to the spirits of nature, you create a tiny harmless sensory effect that follows you. This effect allows you to engage with primal entities that would otherwise hide from your presence. Right? Sure. Stomach twist. Beware her illusions. The dragon herself. Hey man. You approach him from below the sprawling tree. The Wondrous Goblin stands proud beside his master. Go ahead, cleric. With a proud smirk, he motions towards the wooden throne. Much of his person hinges upon that throne and its owner. You should stand before the throne. Address her court. Okay then. Alright, let's see. How much of a baddie is she? You approach the throne. The sprites flutter. Their glow illuminating the trunk of this great tree. Its roots reaching far below. Its branches holding up the dirt ceiling above. She's okay. She's very much a goblin. On the throne sits a tiny goblin. Her smirk as bright as it is threatening. Her eyes follow you with an intensity. Reminds you of a certain pale man. So this is the dragon. Yes, I can see it. Her glare is horrific.
Cleric of Nowick, of earth and river.
Her shrill voice echoes out through the chamber. He's talking to you. You're the cleric.
Great observation. I was assured by your masters. The top brass of the palace itself.
Her words are tainted with disdain. Her voice causes you to shiver.
They told me that a cleric of the highest standing would arrive within the hour. So tell me, human.
You should run. No, wait, you can't. You should run. But you should. Dominion, she has control here.
Why am I sitting here, waiting? Tread lightly. You need her on your side. And make sure she knows you're on hers. Every word you say could have a profound impact on the rest of this quest of yours.
She's a goblin. Let's go for a goblin ass answer. My master's idiots, but I'm here now. Don't worry. Her frown quickly turns to a grin.
Since we're on the same page then. Her expression, she's appeased for now.
Hers is a frightful presence. You can't take this much longer. You need to get out of here. Do not become frightened. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, yes. Okay, thank God for the -3. You praise your entire being as you meet her glare. With trembling in as you resist. She lifts her chin. You stand. Good. You stand. Good. Sorry, I'm not sure if that picked up. She's not impressed, just happy you did not completely lose your mind. The dragon leans on her armchair, letting out an exhausted groan. It is vexing to watch my streets descend so far. Are you even aware, cleric? Local business caught up in an inferno, in the middle of the day, right on Pillar Road. My road. The way she says that causes you to tremble. And yet the Magistrate Darrow, she spits out the name like it's a curse word, he alone believes the Halfway Bridge tribe does not have jurisdiction over this particular location. She appears to have been stewing over this annoyance for some time. Why does Darrow say that? Because he's a fool born out of nepotism and alcohol. Thick bird. Where's your usual jurisdiction? She leans back and picks something from between her fangs. I have official recognition of law on Lower Tolstad. The definition of that always has been vague. Some see it as anything below the ground, some as below water level. And where exactly is the tea shop located? I'm not gonna say the magistrate speak for the city, fuck the magistrate. She glares at you. It is, or was, rented out of a corner of the central fort, just above the holes next to the pillar. The holes? The holes are common slang for the central spire of apartments in Torstad. The lower ones are less fancy. She snaps her fingers toward the goblin to her right. That means it's a part of the core foundation of this island and fortress. Therefore, that property is legally an underground rental unit. He says, bowing his head. Lady? My people have been handling that damn crow's contract for years. But no, suddenly when an entire unit goes up in flames, that's when my people no longer have the right to enter the premises to deal with it. Clean up even. No, suddenly it's the city's business, and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple. Sounds shady. Her sharp glare stabs at you. Noble business in Norwick. And don't get me started on the actual effect this has on my people. Snell. She says, beckoning towards the Goblin. He approaches the roots and takes a bow. Lady Sageleaf. Then he returns to you. The magistrate said it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. They've yet to send anyone in to actually investigate the scene. You want to check it out for yourselves? Of course! The lady glances at him, to which he responds by making a nervous face. He's embarrassed. The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks. Who were injured? We only managed to get one of the names in the chaos. A certain Frank, son of Frank, was said to have walked away with lesser birds. That's the sort of prefix used by Earthfolk. A human, most likely. That ain't a real name. He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whatever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said, quote, he looked like one of the dungeoneers you hear, a real adventuring man, end quotes. Another said he was looking to get out of trouble, heading right down the stairs to Water Lane. Dungeon or Water Lane? Both sound like trouble. Holy shit, that's so many options. Oh, fuck. Ugh. Frank, son of Frank? Yeah, that's a fake name. Uh-huh. A dungeoneer? If you believe it, the comment was spawned from one of the militia members. It'd be smart to check the city below just in case, despite the dangers. Down the water lane? Yeah, seems like it was heading in the direction. Though down could mean a number of things, water lane included. Fancy yellow outfit? I'm assuming some type of Reedsian fashion. You can tell on his voice he's leaving out a but who fucking knows it. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, considering the state of the building. Why was he there? We don't know. We don't know. Sorry, my throat is getting a bit hoarse now. He's annoyed to have to answer that question. Where is he now? We don't know. They have not located the man, despite major efforts. Sounds like you were handed a tough hand. Yeah. Although one of the militia members mentioned him just calmly walking down the stairs. Maybe down to the crossing, or somewhere else, we don't know. Anything else you do know? Snell gives a nervous look to his master before answering. We have theories, but we need proof. The lady raises a glass. The unveiling has begun, cleric. Secrets in ashes. So dramatic. Love her. Corruption, madness. She claws at her wooden throw. Politics. Bureaucracy wears her down. This is clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster. Someone who cannot go unpunished. I will bring... can't he deal with it? Point at Snell. The goblin bears its fangs at you. The presence of this lady causes him to say nothing. He has a deeper devotion to her. The lady clears her throat. Everyone holds their breath when she speaks. I formally declare a joint venture. The Half-Breed Preach Tribe and the Earthgod City Cleric shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm the peace. No creature, foul or fair, shall escape my rage. The words seep out of her maw, burning the air. Every goblin in the chamber looks upon her with awe. She is theirs to serve. Not solemnly. She grins. The goblin enjoys the power she wields over you. Snell, she says, waving towards him. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, he says, bowing his head. You're the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. Ooh la la, compliment by his queen. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. A goblin and a cleric. Together you will have access to both Upper and Lower Tolstad. You're going to have a pretty boy around? Damn, I thought this was going to be fun. His expression is that of shock. He did not expect this. Do not disappoint me, Snell. A new member of the party. He ignores you. The goblin takes a deep bow. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, your will be done. At your service, Lady Sageleaf. She grins. Yes, you are. Nell takes a step forward. First priority is the tea shop. We need to gain access. Your new goblin companion gives you a quick wave. Let's go, cleric. Snell has joined as a companion. You can speak with him if you need to find your way across Tolstad. For as much as she told you, there's a danger you're missing here. The lady is keeping information from you. You should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. And we should also look for that witness. Yeah, Frank, dressed in yellow. He winces. God, that's funny. Either over in Water Lane or down in the city below. Yeah, the port of the dungeon. I just as the port, since it's slightly less life-threatening, generally speaking. How do I get access to the water shop? Talk to your boss, Darrow. Well, I guess he's not your direct boss, or whatever. But you need to get an audience with him if you want to get inside the tea shop. Right, let's go. Leave with Snell. Yeah, let's go. Neat. Cool. Alright. Awesome. We got a Goblin companion now. Wonderful. Questing tree. There we go. Completed. Yes, yes. Man, this is a pretty small tree. I thought I'd be taking more options. Maybe young and maybe these ones are the ones that matter here. Alright. Let's head out. Actually, let's see if you have anything to say before we go. I really like this druid. Elf looks at you and then looks you up and down as you approach. Human? A friendly greeting. Hey Snell, why are you acting weird? Shut up! He turns from you and the mushroom lady. Experience. Do not worry, the lady's runner here is not a fan of fungi. I'm just keeping a safe distance, alright? He takes a few more steps. Your companion must have had a bad experience with mushrooms at some point. You should inquire about that later. This will come in handy later for sure. That's it, bye. Alright, cool. Let's get a move on. Let's see what's young and dark gonna be. Water lane this evening. Cool. Alright. Rifle. Shot of jaw. Fuck yes, baby. Rifle. Stone crowns and some incense. Fuck yeah. Engage. You approach the shrine. Ooh, fuck yeah. Prepare spells. We're gonna get speak with animals instead of charm person because I feel creepy about using charm person. And then prayer of healing. There we go. Also, I have pretty high charisma. If I need to rely on charm person, I've already failed. What's good?
Huh?
You approach your companion. Let's get on with it. Where do I sleep tonight?
I don't know, cleric.
He gives you a defeated look.
Against the city pay for something?
A cleric, for God's sake. Can I sleep at the Goblin Gardens?
No, I mean...
He thinks again for a second and then again says, no. Can I sleep with you?
No, and seriously, don't phrase it like that.
We got rejected by Snell! God damn it! Maybe I can sleep with Visken.
You're probably too warm for him. And don't phrase it like that.
I can just not sleep. That's fine, right?
Are you asking for permission? You'll be exhausted if you don't sleep, cleric.
If you not take a long rest, 8 hours, before dawn, you get 6 levels of exhaustion. If you get 10 levels of exhaustion, you die. Actually, I really should find a place to sleep.
Smartest thing you've said all day.
I can just sleep here. He looks around.
Just here?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Right here?
His reaction to that statement will not change no matter where you go in this is really a fortress of a district. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah.
So I could ask the Coin Lord?
Ah yes, Darrow's your boss on this job, isn't he?
Guess you got another thing to talk to him about. Why are you so scared of mushrooms?
I'm not.
A lie. Okay, don't push it.
Yeah.
Great. Maybe I'll ask later. So what's your position in all of this?
What do you mean by that, cleric?
Why are you helping me in this rough world of yours?
I'm here on the behalf of Lady Sageleaf. Her will is for the streets of Torstad and not suddenly burst into flames in the middle of the day. Her will be done, so to say.
What if it bursts? What if it bursts out in the middle of the night? Got any family?
I'm a goblin, what do you think?
Goblins normally live in tribal societies with broad family structures. A companion most likely has at least at the very least a dozen or so siblings. Any less would be remarkable, even in Norway. Why would you care about the goblins' family structures? They don't even have their own culture. That was the point of their genocide. You got a wife and kids? Nah, single for now. And trust me, this goblin ain't getting no offspring. Thank the gods for that. Yeah, fuck them kids. The goblin rubs his temples. Look, man, you really gotta stop fucking with the, you really gotta stop with this shit. But why are you really here? My motives are, not of interest, cleric. False. Motive is imperative in reaching you the heart of someone. He does not want to disclose his inner feelings for you. Understandable, you're kind of creepy. What if it bursts out in the middle of the night instead? I don't think she'd like that either. There's some other questions. Alright, that's all good. And... oh. Woodcraft. Engage. You look at the branches of a bracken tree. It stands tall in the garden, towering over you. Bracken. Bracken, an Ascani tree known for its impervious nature, sometimes called ironwood. The Ilum forest holds the largest collection of branches in the world. Ilum forest, the great woodland covering the border between Ascan and the Reeds. It is the domain of the Ilum elves. It is majestic. Nature is reaching tall and deep. These roots go below the city. Nay, even below the river. Touch the tree. Your hand lands firmly on the bark. Good tree, strong tree. Connecting with the natural world. Well done. Look up at the branches above. The wind caused the leaves to dance. Wait, between the branches high above. Is that a hole in the bark? A hollow, just wide enough for you to stick your hand inside. Something glimmers up there. Treasure in a bird's nest. We have a feeling this could end really bad. Then again, risk and reward, right? It could cause great physical harm if you fell from that height, and heights are scary. The branches shudder in a sudden gust. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I suggest not doing that. Alright, I won't. Look away, not worth it. Good boy. Oh, okay. The leaves are quite big. What's a bracken tree again? Like a birch, but thicker, made by primal forces in Ascani. The bracken tree originates from Ilum's forest, and is today a major export resource in Ascani. It is quick to grow, grow and flexible in usage. Bye, tree. This leads to Pillar Crossing. Okay. Let's leave it at that and head towards the tea shop. There was a faster way for sure, but whatever. Ah, there's a goblin buddy. Oh, engage. You look up at the pillar. The relic rises upwards and endlessly upwards. Right, this old thing. God's here before Earth. It was here before Earth and will be here after you. Remaining until the end. It looks a bit broken, cracked. Yes. But the pillar is indestructible. It was once under heavy siege during the most intense moments of the Gate War. Several pieces of the pillar float around in the air, especially as it reaches upwards in the clouds above the city. What kind of power would be capable of damaging this? Quartz. Quartz. The most powerful of arcanists. Money of this thing? No way. You don't even take admission to see it. This is just a trivial sight. It's a bit of a tourist destination supposedly, but most people who travel to the coast have seen one before. So it's not that interesting. How many pillars exist? 8? Something like that. One for each band. What else is the best one, right? They are all equally useless. It's a sign of Earth's power, so yes, this is the best one. They are seen as a status symbol by many, like legitimization thing. But the fact is, no one has managed to make use of them in any way, despite their esoteric nature. So the Pillars of Jaw are relegated to being visual landmarks, seen from across the coast through the clouds of mist or isles. So what do I do with it? Nothing. It's just a rock to you. A tingly esoteric rock. You can always attempt to focus on it. Learn from the aging cleric. Okay, get closer. As you do, you feel the air tingle. Ow! Listen. He's speaking to you. Touch the pillar. Touch the pillar. The pillar of jaw. You place a hand upon the surface. A slight tingle spreads to your palm. This is a magical object. Have a feeling that you can meditate here. That it will take some time, but it could prove invaluable. Okay, try and meditate on it. It's advantage the goblin is impatient. Fuck you, goblin. You close your eyes. You shape your mind into an arrow, shooting it out towards the esoteric force. Finding the rhythm of Jaw's realm, hear his voice. The cold rock of the pillar turns warm in your palm. You've marked it with your spirit. Feel. Warm and deep. It goes deep down and far up. Marked it. What? You aren't sure, but you feel like there are more spots you need to investigate. Okay, open my eyes and move on. Lift your hand from the surface and you are able to see normally once again. Do you feel like you learned something? You must keep looking. Soon the pillar's secrets will be revealed. You understand plainly there is more to this pillar you need to investigate. In time and further below. Finish up. Alright, let's see. Where the fuck? He was seen heading below. We're gonna start witness. Phoenix sell 300 pieces. Alright, cool. Yeah. Where to next? Oh yes, maybe here? Is this the right building for... Oh, hello? The Great Perch of Norwich. Central Temple of it. All who pass are mine to keep. Oh, hello. The duck? A dark iron can of a man sits alone on the temple steps. His face is obscured by an axe strapped to his back. Pickaxe, heavy. I have some questions, good knight. His helm head is slumped downwards slightly. Is he asleep? He's not really here. Just stare at him. No response. My good knight, say something! A metallic scraping noise fills your ear. The knight is moving ever so slightly, his head turns. In the slits of his helmet, you see the faint shimmer of a bony face. Your name, soldier. No. Your name, soldier. I am Ragan. The knight's head slumps once again. Speak your mind, soldier. Who are you? He's silent for a while. You feel a light breeze pass through the armor. The Duck. Excuse me? I am the Duck. That's wild. You should be proud of this, your name. The knight does not respond. Are you Lord Gorm? I see. I'm looking for Lord Gorm. Have you seen him? No. How do I open the gate down the stairs? I have the key. Oh, can I have it? No. You are too weak for that. Who's he to judge you? The city below is dangerous. You should make sure to prepare properly before heading down. Perhaps bring more spells. Perhaps make sure to recuperate enough for you to once again be able to cast higher tier spells. It is embarrassing you have not already returned to your former state of esoteric mastery. The city below is darkness incarnate. Do not tread without care. Whom do you serve? I serve, he says, trailing off. Radiant. Yes? Once again he turns to look at you. Darkness within his helmet seeming to reach out towards you. As if grabbing hold of the very air, you feel everything growing cold. I serve nothing. A lie and a truth at once. Why are you loitering here, knight? I am not. The cold voice echoes to the chamber. What are you doing then? I am on my off hours. He speaks as though he's reading from a script. You Earthbolk? No response. I too would like to hang on the steps of the temple. His arm turns slightly. But can I hang out with you, please? His helmet turns away. Some metallic creaking is all you hear from the night. Serve this man. Where'd you get that cool armor? Knight sits completely still and does not answer your question. I think you're amazing, my good knight. No response. This creature holds no grudges, yet his hollow disposition taunts you senses. You feel invalid next to this man. You must learn from his ways. At an attempt to have a firm discussion about masculinity. Sure, let's try it. Why not? What the fuck? He's a sister, ready for a good talk. Divinity, there's light within this man. Stare at him. The knight shifts slightly, his armor scraping against the rock. Breathe heavily. The knight turns to look at you through his helmet. Wait a bit longer. Soldier, your presence is unwanted. Present your query, then leave these hallowed grounds. I'll answer your questions now. Somehow. Can you teach me magic? No, he mutters to himself. Oh? I do not have the time for that. Do you have any spare scrolls I could have? The knight slowly grabs a scroll out of his pack. He tosses it to you after a moment of deliberation. Inflict wounds! Fuck yes! Inflict wounds is one of the strongest first level damaging spells in D&D 5th edition. It's the only issue with it is that it's a touch distance spell, so you gotta be real careful as a caster. A spell with power. Memorize it, soldier. Already did. Post the spell scroll. He lifts his head. The darkness through his helmet focuses on you. No, soldier. Memorize you. And memorize it. I told you, I already did. I'm quick. You. The cleric here is a bit of a monster when it comes to magic, from what I understand. The Dark Knight nods, and then lowers his head. Your disrespect. Good. Your ability to memorize spells instantly is an incredible talent. You should be impressed. Are you a cleric? No, he says. I'm a warrior. Do you know magic? Yes. How does one become a true warrior? A warrior. The knight places the iron gauntlet upon his knee and leans forward. A whispering wheeze escapes the slits in his helmet. Serve! Until the coast falls in on itself. Until your jaw breaks the veil and every god rips you to rips and tears our reality into shreds. Serve well, serve loyally. That is what makes a true warrior, no matter what. The wheezing stops. Your companion gives you a hard glance. Yes, I will serve, no matter what. Good. He nods slowly. Good. He lifts his hand and clenches it. Oh, an opening. Go for it. Wait, what do you serve? Who do you serve again? Visken. He moves his head towards you. No, that is not... Visken the Mortician. With the sun in your face, the Dark Knight slams his axe to the ground. Darkness creeps through the hall. Within you. Do not speak of that, soldier. Why? Is it a secret? He turns to his still position. Do not. The knight is not waiting for another question. Lucky you, he didn't kill you. What do you know about the tea shop? Not much. He'll talk? Why not? Not like you can threaten him exactly. Did you see anything suspicious before the explosion? No. You sure? The knight nods slowly. Do you have any pieces of info that would help me? Maybe a man dressed in yellow? He goes silent for a while. A man passed through the halls below. Civilians do not pass here. Past the crypt entrance through the Goblin's domain into the southern caverns. How do I get to the city below? He pauses, thinking about the question. The goblins. Use the passage below Viscon's lair.
Right, the staircase by the apples where you woke up. There are many ways down, but the passage in the chambers where you woke up. That would be a good place.
That is the safest path.
So basically dive deep like some spelunker.
Yes. What's past the crypts? The roots of the Goblin tree. The more tunnels, the southern tunnels. Then the sewers. How do I get there? There are paths, most are trapped. Once you get there, the alligator might know more. His grounds are leader.
You heard rumors of monsters in the sewers of under the water lane.
Yeah, okay, sure, I'll look for an alligator in the sewers. He nods slowly. Do not anger him.
He won't speak more about this horrific creature. Then a man?
Dark hair, silk clothes, headwear. Dressed in yellow.
Sounds like a Retian nobility merchant type.
That is great, thank you, my good knight.
He is quiet. Has he been ordered to answer your questions? This feels forced. Where were you on the noon of 21st?
Below.
Okay, can you elaborate?
The walls shook in the crypts. I was on patrol. I was not in position to perceive any misdoings.
The city below is endless and most of it stands unexplored to this day.
Okay, sure. Why were you in the crypts?
Sorry, wait, what are you patrolling for?
He's silent and still for a moment. I have my purpose.
Noted. He placed an iron hand on his knee, waiting for the next question. Well then, now some other questions. What's up with the mess? Pointed to the ballot boxes. Well, lifting his head, the knight answers in a cold tone.
Election.
Ah, so this is where it's being held.
No reply. What are you voting for, my good knight? No reply.
I'm going to vote for the Ascalism. The knight doesn't even move.
It stirs. His silence tells you nothing of life, not a humanish experience.
Other questions?
Alright, citizen.
Was there a lobster? That... Right, let's pray here. Repair. Inflict wounds. Instead of Shield of Fate. Inflict wounds, cure wounds, speak with animals, and prayer of healing. Engage. Instead the wondrous wood carving. However, but you also notice a message carved in the base of the art piece. This was not of the artist's intention. Huh? It says, Goblin was here.
Seems like goblins at work again.
Goblin was here?
Vandalization. This happened because you are a weak man with a small member. The entire world will continue to degrade over the centuries because of it. And it's okay, it's just the way things are.
Famous artist, that guy. Never seen him, but you definitely seen his work. A bit of a rude just to carve his name in the statue like that, but he's known to be a bit of a dick swinger. If I meet this guy now, it's not a big deal, it doesn't matter.
Really?
Contain your tears.
Yeah, it's fine.
No. Yeah, this is an old monument. It's fine, the past is the past. He squints and nods slowly.
Sure.
Goblin is an artist. He's technically wanted in most districts. But no one knows if he's real. Might be a dozen little guys running around with painting and carving tools. Who knows? What do you think about the statue of my god, Snell? Rehuman culture, yeah, no. I should try to remove that message.
Is this really your duty?
You should be worried about the work involved here. You'd have to take that carving knife by the candles and... Ooh, does this really have to be a sleight of hand thing? Can't I use the power of my faith or something? What are you trying to do? Close your eyes and pray? You want to clean this old wooden thing, you've got to handle it carefully.
Yes, this is not something you can solve with faith. Trust the artisan's wills.
Trust my faith. Aye, maybe not.
let's just go. Alright. Well, that's where I'm gonna end the episode. If you liked it, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye!